Hello everyone, welcome back to my Devil May Cry 1 Dante Must Die difficulty video guide and walkthrough. This is called the Judge of Death. It's the second of 23 missions. So the first thing we're going to do is take care of these Beelzebub enemies, which appear on hard mode and up. Otherwise this room would be a vacant room. We do have a blue orb over here. I'm just going to call them blue orbs, and anyone who knows about this game will understand why that I'm calling them blue when they're actually yellow on the screen. However, you can't. I believe you can get a shadow enemy in this room, but I got the fetishes. I will get a shadow, and I believe I flee from him. But I will show you. I mean, we're going to be fighting those guys in depth. If this were a shadow spawning room, I mean, had I got the shadow spawn rather than these guys, I would have fought them. They're actually not too bad. What you want to do on those guys, though, is use the ebony and ivory with the devil trigger activated. And that's the best way to deal with them until they expose their core. And then you want to do the stinger attack immediately on them 2 or 3 times and then back away. They're just intimidating. A lot of things in this game are rather intimidating. And I was also going to talk about why I deleted my guide and started over. You know, one would kind of wonder what would incite a person to do that. The reason was simply that I had destroyed I had got to the second nightmare and I had damaged him irreparably, and this game has no chapter select, so I had to either deal with him as he was, which was not fun, or just restart. And when I restarted, I realized that the game only lets you restart from, you know, they only let you select the difficulty with 0 upgrades. And I don't like that. It really inconvenienced me. Inconvenienced me about 8 hours. So we're going to get that rusty key and backtrack, and I think we have a shadow here. And I can't remember if I fight him. I might flee from him, though. The only reason I would flee from an enemy is because I've already been into this room and I just want to get to the next objective. Oh no, I fight these guys. Okay. So you see how I have the ebony and ivory, and I'm going in with the devil trigger and then going in with the stinger attack. When they are red, they will expire. So if you want to just keep evading and wait till they blow up, see, this guy's going to blow up right now. That's an option too. If you just want to, you know, stop dealing with the guy and keep flipping. I mentioned this in my previous guide, and it's kind of a technicality at this point, but here we have some blade enemies. When you're evading, you have to always compensate for Dante's back. So consider his back at like being on the x-axis. When you're evading at that direction, he's going to do a roll, which you have iframes for, and when you evade vertically on the y-axis, then he's going to do the backflip, either up or down, and that has iframes too. And now the extent to which you get iframes, I don't know. It doesn't seem like it's as many as in Ninja Gaiden. What I do personally feel, though, is that when you're pressing the R3 button to switch between the Ifrit, you should get iframes for that, but you don't. Okay, so here we have all of these enemies devil triggered, and that means exactly what I discussed in chapter 1 or mission 1, excuse me. When the time ends, then all the enemies start devil triggering. These guys you really don't have to worry about too much. However, yeah, I really enjoyed this game. I think it's excellent. I don't like it quite as much as Ninja Gaiden or God of War, but it's definitely on my list of really good games. And there was a point at which I didn't really want to do a couple of speedruns and get back to the point where I was, so I just started to play Devil May Cry 3, and it's pretty good. I mean, so far I just started it a little bit, but the reason I say it's only pretty good is because my mind was back on this game, and having not completed it on the hardest difficulty, so I just said, to hell with it, I'll do another run. So this is my 5th run of this game, back to back, and I know a lot about it. I know the immediacy of everything, like details that one would forget if one hadn't played this game in a long time. I know all those details because I've Like I said, this is my 5th fucking playthrough of it. But yeah, this difficulty is really tough, and I would definitely just highly recommend you to do the secret missions on the easiest difficulty. So right away when you're playing normal mode, get all of those missions done. If you don't know where all the blue orbs are, there's an excellent video on YouTube. Just type in Devil May Cry 1 all blue orbs, and you should get the guy's video that has it. And that's what I used to guide myself with all the locations, because hell, I didn't know where they were. With the Ifrit, I did buy all the Ifrit moves, and that offensive move that he does when you roll, you don't have the double jump with the Ifrit, but you do have that offensive move, and it works pretty well on the nightmares when you're dealing with the rockets that the guy shoots out at you, and also those bizarre fluorescent vines at the end of the game, which are really bullshit. But if you have that weapon, it mitigates the damage, and possibly you won't take any damage. But anyway, now that wave is complete, we're going to go over here, and we're going to be doing a little backtracking, and we'll have a final battle after we hit this thing over here. Looks like a coffin. So we're going to drop down and get our item, and then we'll be fighting the Sin Scissors. The best way to deal with the Sin Scissors is to equip your shotgun. And what you want to do on these guys, there's no ability to block in this game, and there's no real way to counterattack like in the traditional way if you're used to God of War, Ninja Gaiden, or Lords of Shadow. But if you've done, and that's again why I would implore you to do those secret missions, because even though they're not, they don't hold your hand and tell you everything on screen, they do teach you how to fight this enemy, which is pretty important, because there's an upgrade version of this guy which works the same, but he just has a lot of HP and different moves. So what you want to do here is just slash. You want to be holding the R1 button. Go in for a slash, but don't press forward and slash. Just press a slash, and then once they get knocked off guard, then you go over to them as close as you can and shoot them point blank in the face, and you'll get a critical hit if luck's with you. Okay, so now we're just going to be stomping on these bugs, interacting with this. It's going to put us in a boss chamber, and then I'm going to see you guys in mission 3.